Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Alright, a very good morning to you out there. Morning of the 4th of October 2022. This is the Break of Dawn paper review. As always, we're taking a look at the major stories coming out of the papers this morning. My name is Kenny DUROTILU.
I'm OLUTAYO. OGUNADE. Good morning, dear listener.
Alright, let's start off with the front page of the Punch newspaper. Major story, PDP crisis. BOT convenes emergency meeting to rescue Atiku's campaign. Elsewhere, Oyetola judgment won't affect Tinubu, say lawyers. Oyetola judgment won't affect Tinubu, say lawyers. NDLEA boss billionaire drug baron recovers mansion, seizes 8 billion naira tramadol. Also, this one strike. Court hears Asu's appeal today. North Korea fires missile over Japan. That's another story. International related, that one. Kogi probes death of 4 family members after a mala meal. Another one here reads, Lagos housewife accuses husband of 71 million naira fraud. Assault. Oil building collapses, injures guard, destroys goods. Bulletproof charm. Boy kills 12-year-old brother. Police warn parents. In business, is this one. NPR expect higher prices on employment. Manufacturers tell federal government. Another one, APC tells Quarans whereabouts of local government funds. PDP chairman. Tinubu's emergence intimidates opposition. Ondo deputy governor says Nigeria needs leaders with capacity, character. Baja Biamila. PDP debunks Apostolic Church suspension in Akwa Ibom. And lastly, from the Punch newspaper, elect competent leaders. Northern groups urge voters. Let's see if we can take one or two more from the Punch newspaper before we go to another paper. Editorials. Buhari Baba stop the abuse of police. Akeredolu, Amotekun and Katsinas on vigilantes. Nigeria at 62, a fractured present, foreboding future.
Let's take a look at Premium Times. Despite policy, Nigeria's senior citizens abandoned to hunger deprivation. Another one here from Premium Times. Yunusa Sane, the teacher cycling across northern Nigeria to fight climate change. Unilag shortlists 7 for VC posts to announce winner Friday. Nigerian government planning to reopen 180,000 barrel per day Trans-Niger pipeline. PDP bonanza confused Atiku and Fani Wike as floods ravage Jigawa. Unregulated boat transport increases fatalities. Nigerian government says Port Harcourt refinery will restart in December. That's unlikely, based on analyses. The second Niger bridge ready for use by Christmas. Federal government. Bribery allegation. Fani Kaude demands arrest, prosecution of IU orders. Catholic Church removes Mbaka from Adoration Ministry. Burkina Faso coup. Deposed military ruler resigns. 2023, Atiku healthiest presidential candidate, ex-Niger governor. A rep calls for scrapping of Senate to save cost. Again, U.S. court postpones sentencing of Hush Puppy. Oruka Yahuze, Dumi, 15 other Nigerian songs turning 15 this year. Can you imagine?
Interesting.
How time flies.
Yeah, how time flies. Let's take a look at the Daily Post now. Man kills younger brother in Kwara while testing anti-gunshot charm. From the metro pages of the Daily Post, Oshun local government poll, aggrieved APC members drag party to court over imposition. NDLEA arrests Lagos billionaire drug baron Gochuku Chukwukadibia in VGC. Francis Mbaka removed from Adoration Ministry. Father Mbaka removed from Adoration Ministry, sent to monastery. In business, domestic debt, Lagos, Delta, Ogun, Rivers lead as states borrow 5.28 trillion naira. Elsewhere, NCC boss Dambata reacts as Nigeria gets re-elected as ITU Council member. Climate change, Nigerians should start using electric bicycles. Expert. Most NAS members not utilizing their oversight powers, that's according to Eyibo. NDLA raids drug points, arrests 121 suspects, seals 13 properties in Kaduna. Mbaka will return after solitude, Catholic Church says. Niger, Governor Bello under fire as bridge linking Mina Bida collapses again. Abia 2023 ex-reps member Chineye Ike, hundreds of supporters return to PDP. 2022 group advisors Governor Emmanuel against giving Eket Stadium to YPP for campaign flag off. Let's take one more from Daily Post. 2023 NMPP fumes over Kwakonso's description as spoiler.
All right, from Daily Trust, federal government, we've not released a list of national honors nominees. Abductions deep by 28% in August as troops scale up operations. First independence celebrations in 12 years. Has peace finally returned to Borno? That's a question there. Relief for manufacturers as federal government clamps down on imported tomato paste. They should be still by now. Litigations dog primaries as INEC releases final list today. How flooding has caused untold suffering in Kogi. Commotion as flood takes over Lokoja Abuja Highway. Another one here. 2023 will shock the whole system. YPP candidate 4 die in a door auto crash. And one more here before we go on break. Mali, Libya, top destinations for Nigerian youth migrants. NAPTIP.
All right, from the Nation newspaper, Imam who saved 262 Christians to get national award. Federal government to employ vigilantes for rail security. Elsewhere, Presidency, why Tinubu is best for the job. Al Makura saying that Nigeria, others tackling exchange rate crisis, says World Bank. Why PDP must do, what PDP must do rather to win 2023 elections. Ex-BOT chair Jibrin. And lastly, from the Nation, Ohaneze renews commitment to Nigeria's unity. We'll take some commercials, and when we come back, we'll be taking a look at the stories and taking your reactions as well. Stay with us.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
Get up and go, 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 go. With Countdown Choco, go, go, go. Get up and go. Get up and go. No matter what you gotta do, do it. Countdown Choco, for the rich man's art for vitality. Get up and go. Stay strong, save the world, take action. Get up and go.
Cowbell chocolate with Vitarich plus iron.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quico, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Are we not going shopping today?
Yes, we are.
So why are you not ready? Don't you think we should go early?
You and who is going where? Please,
are made for the soft life. When I said shopping, I meant shopping on Jumia. Enjoy the ease and convenience of shopping online for your phones, electronics, fashion, and more on Jumia. You can pay on delivery and return any item you have an issue with within 7 days for free. So, buy your everyday needs on Jumia today. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
32 FM
94.9.
Goto Sonu, 7 Tuesdays Prophetic Prayer Program, Christ Apostolic Church, Okejande Ring Road Zonal Headquarters, Ajegbe nílùú Ìbàdàn gbé 7 Tuesdays Prophetic Prayer Program kalẹ̀ látọjọ́ Tuesday, September 27 di November 8. Ìdápadò Goto Sonu, Ọlọ́run àwọn bàbá wa tó máa ń wáyé lọ́jọ́ Tuesday, ibẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run ti pàṣẹ wípé 7 Tuesdays Prophetic Prayer Program ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ láago 9 àárọ̀ ni ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Olùgbàlejò ní Pastor Ṣògo Arúlógún JP, Zonal Superintendent CAC Okejande Ajegbe Ring Road Ìbàdàn. Àwọn tí Ọlọ́run ó máa lò ní Labesta Praise, Evangelist Sunday Olúkìtìbí, Jasper, Evangelist Tọ́pẹ́ Ilésànmí, Tomisin Adams, Evangelist Mrs. Fọlọ́runṣọ́, Evangelist Gbénga Adéjùmọ̀. 7 Tuesdays Prophetic Prayer Program látọjọ́ Tuesday, September 27 di November 8. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ képe Ọlọ́run ká lè gba ògo tó sọnù padà.
32 FM
94.9.
The station is 32 FM 94.9. Welcome back to work. All right, so it wasn't public holiday for us yesterday, even though it was public holiday for the generality of the people. We're back to work. It's the Break of Dawn newspaper review. I'm OLUTAYO, OGUNADE.
I'm Kenny, DUROTILU. Let's take a look at some of the stories making the news this morning, and of course, we'll be taking analysis of those as well. Now, one of the major ones has to do with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, having uncovered a methamphetamine clandestine laboratory in a highbrow residence estate in VGC, Victoria Garden City, Lekki yesterday. The agency has again recovered no fewer than 13,451,466 pills of tramadol and a host of other things there. That was one of the stories in the news this morning. We have Austin in the house this morning. Good morning, Austin Udumu. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Austin.
Cool.
All right, let's take a look at some other stories. The federal government, we understand, is to employ vigilantes for the railway, that particularly the Abuja-Kaduna rail corridor. We understand this extra security arrangement is to forestall any reoccurrence of, security threats and what have you. That's the news coming out of the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Austin, what do you make of this particular development?
Yes, I think it's a very good one, which means that in preparedness to the reopening of that particular corridor, the federal government has to beef up security, not just fragile form of security. Apart from deploying vigilante, we also need to look at deployment of technology, because the area that is particularly troubled is few kilometers out of the close to 300-kilometer rail track that we have around that area. I think about 30 kilometers or so are particularly troubled within the forest axis, which means that the federal government, with a combination of security operatives and deployment of technology, we can properly and adequately provide security for those areas, because the area where attack have always happened have always been the same area. You know, the attempted bombing that happened November last year, it was the same as this. The adoption this year, the same as it. So they find it as a safe haven where they can easily access the forest after carrying out their attack. So the federal government will have to do everything within its power, apart from local security, which is the vigilante group, because I am of the opinion that vigilante group, as it stands today in the country, does not have the power to bear automatic weapon. So if they can't be automatic weapon, and we have terrorists who have all manner of sophisticated weapons. We also need to complement that with high power security forces. The military can also help us, and proper surveillance should also be carried out in that area. See, one thing I think we have as area of comparative advantage in this terror war is air advantage. The Nigerian government through the military have what we call air advantage. The terrorists do not have that. So let us not wait until they begin to muzzle courage, muzzle power to come up with a kind of advantage in the air. So the point I'm making is that apart from the ground troop, we can also decimate them by proper cover from the airstrike. So whatever needs to be done, let the federal government go ahead and do it. Rail is area of infrastructure where this particular administration has done relatively well. And if it is not properly policed, it will look as if all investment in that area is completely waste.
Okay, do you think that these vigilantes, like you said, it's not enough to just have them on ground, because most times they're not adequately armed, they're not, they don't have the sophisticated weapons that these people have. Having an air strike or air troops on ground as well would actually help in this particular situation.
Yes, that is the point I've just made. Because if you look at it, apart from local vigilante group is to complement the regular security operative that we have on ground. There is they can't really do much as far as security is concerned. We are not even talking about local security. We are talking about terrorism. So they can't confront terrorism. It is only the military that can do that. Theirs is to be on ground, provide cover for travelers, and also ensure that intelligence information is provided for relevant security operative. Like I said, today Nigerian law, they don't have the capacity to bear automatic weapon. They can't bear sophisticated weapon. So if they can't do that, how then do they confront bandits with pump action, RPG? How would they do that?
But if you know they are not going to be efficient in the in this work we want to give them to do, why not just deploy the air troops directly and make sure that we are efficient?
It's a welcome development. We are looking at a combination of factors in terms of security forces that the government can put in place. The local vigilante group, don't forget, they are residents in those areas. They are familiar with the terrain, so they can provide intelligence information. I don't know whether you are getting it. They can provide intelligence information that can be complemented with the effort of the regular security operative, especially the military, because the situation we are dealing with in that corridor goes beyond just local vigilante group. That's just the truth of the matter. Right. We need the military to come in, but for military to come in, some people like locals have to provide information. They have to also be on ground. Let it be like a combined security team. If we have that in place, we'll be able to better police the area.
All right, let's look at this story here from the Nation newspaper. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has uncovered or recovered over 13 million pills of tramadol worth 8.8 billion naira from a mansion belonging to a suspected billionaire drug baron, Ugochukwu Sofo, in VGC. Last year, when we took the story of Buba Marwa, where it said 4.5 million Lagosians are into drug business, some people kicked.
Yes.
But let's look at his efforts thus far. I think this gentleman should be commended.
Yes, he should be commended. He's doing tremendously well. This is what we call national service. When Buba Marwa came in, drug was on the increase in Nigeria. Illicit drug, prohibited drug in the country. Now, the fear of Buba Marwa is the beginning of wisdom for drug barons, especially the syndicate. A lot of high-power syndicate have been tracked under Buba Marwa watch. Of course, some of us were not surprised. If you look at the antecedent of Buba Marwa in the Nigerian army as a military administrator of the same Lagos state in which he spoke about, that if you look at the statistics of drug business, what he said at that time was not that the Southwest was the hotbed for drug intake in terms of the business. using drug to make money. That was what he said at that time. And from all indication, you know, close to 200 billion worth of drug were just recently destroyed. Now we are having around over 8 billion again, which means that Southwest and even Lagos State is the hotbed for this business. You know, we have the waterways in Lagos. We have some of the facility to quickly jet out of the country in Lagos. There are some people, for them to fly out of the country, they have to first of all get a connecting flight to Lagos. I don't know whether you understand the point I'm making. So Lagos is a ready market. Lagos is available, especially in our Bra area. So I love the current initiative of Bubamara-led NDLEA, not just remote areas anymore, because there are some people who live in top mansions in the country and they are making money from illicit drug. So you know, there are some areas that are restricted. You call the VGC, VI. These are places for the elite, for those who are businessmen, those who have money. Right. So we begin to imagine, if you have money, you have a mansion, your fence is taller than your building. We want to know what is the type of operation that goes on in those premises. So I think the NDLEA is also advancing in course of the law, because apart from making it not to happen, you can also break and assess a particular premises where you have valid information that there are suspicious transactions in terms of illicit drug going on. So it's a welcome development, and Bubamara is doing a great job.
Know your neighbor doctrine. I mean, as ever, it has been a part of us, you know, from time immemorial. You want to check what your, but how come these days we are so, will I say, disenchanted? We don't really bother so much what is happening to the next person or what the next person is into, as long as we have things to flaunt, the good things of life to flaunt. Nobody really cares. What could be fueling, you know, this number of persons getting into drug business in this country as we speak? And also, we've said it, you can't have this level of organized crime going on in this country without, you know, the drug.
The you and who in the society. See, we have lost our morality, you know. The issue of our moral value is a major issue. It's a major factor. Gone are those days where you have to know your neighbor very critically. You know what they do. But today, it is all about the money. And trust Nigerians, the type of people we are, whatever that will bring money, even if it will destroy the life of another, Nigerians don't care. They will go into such a business and do it. And see, this idea of, my neighbor is riding a big car, you must be very careful. Mind whom you envy, because not everybody are into legitimate means of livelihood. So we have to be very careful. Like Tayo rightly said, gone are those days. If you see a strange face in your neighborhood, in short, you have to report the case to a traditional ruler or a traditional head in that particular neighborhood. But today the reverse is the case. It is just all about the money. Nobody cares, and it also border on leadership. We have to also look at leadership failure in this respect, because a lot of people who aspire to lead, some of them do not have good history. We just see people making money. We don't know the source of their wealth. Right. We don't know how they started. We don't know where they started from. We just saw money. So we have to be very careful. The type of money we allow people to make in politics. You know, those who cannot also get into politics are looking at alternate means of getting this money. So a lot of don't forget to, investigation is still ongoing as far as some of these drug cases are concerned. High-level politicians most times are involved. They operate this cartel by proxy. That is what they do. They are in government. They take drug out of the country. They have boys who work for them. They have people who watch their back. They do that by proxy. So the government must do thorough investigation, apart from just arresting some few people and destroying this multi-billion naira worth of drug. We should also get to the root of the matter, because behind every organized crime in the country, there is element of drug intake. It takes a man who is readily high on drug to be able to shoot another human being. That's just the truth. So we must get to the root of this. And like we said earlier, Bubamara-led NDLEA is on top of their game. So we commend the government for that. Let them keep it up.
All right, let's look at this one. Bike riding video not needed to prove fitness. Ex-Governor Babangida Aliyu to Tinubu. Time didn't permit us to talk about that one yesterday. Tinubu's team having released that video of him on a treadmill on Sunday. He says that Atiku is the healthiest of all the presidential candidates.
I think Babangida Aliyu too is also playing to the gallery. I don't see anyone that is there among them. They have always have occasions to travel out for medical treatment. You understand? So that's just the truth of the matter. Some of our leaders, I don't know. Some of them are not fit health-wise. Physically speaking, you could look at some of them as more agile or better than the other. Some of them nurses, one ailment or the other. I think the idea of releasing that type of fitness video is too pedestrian for people like Bayo or Nonuga to make that suggest that, oh, our own candidate is very fit. You are riding bicycle in London. You are doing fitness in London. You are not aspiring to be president of or the prime minister of the UK.
I am more
you understand?
Or
it's about Nigeria. You come back home and come and ride the bicycle here. Come back home and come and do the fitness here. Come and campaign in Nigeria. That is what we are saying.
What we have reduced ourselves to Austin Idumo. We're not even talking about
issues.
The candidate with the best economic, policy thrust, for the country. We're not talking about the candidate with the, most convincing manifesto here. We're talking about healthy in a population of over 200 million.
About 200. So why are we going in a cycle? At every election cycle, we tend to throw up candidates that have questionable issue as far as their health is concerned. Meanwhile, there are other more healthy, more capable people who can vie for these offices that we are talking about. So these are issues. I do not expect APC members to come out with that. Of course, a lot of people said something about President Muhammadu Buhari's health sometimes ago. Some people even told us, someone even told us that he was going to die, that he has 11 damaging pictures. So I am not of the opinion that you should use someone's health to bring them down. I am not of that opinion. You can see somebody that is up today and tomorrow that fellow is down. So it is not about health, it's about capacity, it's about issue. You have said you want to do this, what are you going to do and how do you intend to achieve it? So at the initial, people will talk about your head. During the 2014 pre-election at that time, the ruling party, the PDP at that time, even challenged President Muhammadu Buhari to a marathon race in the stadium that the president was not fit. Even during the campaign, the president had to travel out for medical treatment. That is what we are talking about. Are we going to have another president again that at the end of the day will always get out of the country for medical attention? So Babangida Aliyu is just making political statement. Atiku too is not as fit as people claim that he is. That's just the truth. We need a more vibrant candidate. We need a candidate who has the capacity. We need a candidate who can deliver. That's the type of candidate that we want in Nigeria. It's unfortunate that it's still within the same cycle that we just have to choose. 2015, it was a very narrow choice for us. Wanted to choose, and at that time we settled for somebody that we feel that, even if it is NEPA bill in lieu of certificate, we'll vote for the person. But look at where we are now. I think 2023 is another golden opportunity to get it right politically in terms of our leadership structure in Nigeria.
Mbaka is in the news. Father Mbaka to spend time in solitude, not sacked from adoration ministry, says Catholic Church.
Yes, he suggests likely that all is not well.
His popularity soars whenever election is
around.
Yes,
whenever election is coming. When you have pastors who are no longer interested in staying by the pulpit, that is what you have. Of course, you can talk about politics, but it's not always good to leave your office as a priest and dabble so much in politics. It has gotten to a level where what we see now is most time prediction, like political permutation, what we also come to the studio to do in terms of editorial. That is what some of the pastors, they do. When God has said something, definitely somehow it will come to pass. Right. We have even seen a man of God in Nigeria sometimes ago that said someone will win the election and the person lost the election. He said the other person, they prayed more than this other person. Some people, you now get to a level where the so-called prophet will now be predicting Super Eagle match, Arsenal, Mayu match, all this stuff. So for Reverend Father Mbaka, he also got it wrong at some point. You understand? By trying to make it look as if you bring money, God will support you to vie for political office. It's not always the case. The Catholic bishop, especially in Enugu, have always tried one way or the other to checkmate him, to cut him to side. I think they have been able to successfully ensure that that is done now. Like the news has also suggested, Mbaka himself addressed the crowd that this is not like a sack for him. It's just like putting him aside, a technical suspension or so, so that tension will come down and the polity will not be overheated. I think men of God should be able to learn. You understand? Not every time coming out to talk on. You can talk on national issue, but not trying to be too sentimental, be too parochial. I also read of a man of God, a popular man of God in the country over the weekend that talks about a political party, someone that will win the election. The way he speaks, you will discover that you are against this ticket, not as if God is speaking to you. You know, when you are against something, people will know.
Right.
So let us, because that is the reason why men of God will talk in Nigeria and people will think that they are not men of God. No, it doesn't really matter. It's not as if they are not men of God. But some of them who cannot moderate their office have been able to abuse the process. And at the end of the day, we feel that any man of God that talks is a politician. He ought not to be so. So Ubanka should use this as an opportunity to also learn. He said he's coming back. Let's wish him the best and see how it goes.
Okay. We'll take some commercials. You stay with us. We'll be right back.
32 FM
94.9.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
na so dance we dey dance on Dance O'Clock. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ijó nìkan là ń jó lórí ètò Dance O'Clock. Ẹ pàdé Tèmiládé Àlòkò lọ́jọ́jọ́ Thursday 12:20 to 1 p.m. aago méjìlá kọjá ogún ìṣẹ́jú di aago kan ọ̀sán lórí ìkànnì 32 FM 94.9. Weekend ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Dance O'Clock ẹ rẹ́dì láti fẹ́ jókòó.
Mo ti fẹ́ tọ́nà gan. Ẹ fẹ́ jókòó ni o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókòó ni o. Yébà ẹ fẹ́ jókòó ni o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókòó ni o. Ibo ẹ.
tí wọ́n bá lo ráyéwá nítorí pé o lówó lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n bá ń tàn ọ́ pọ̀ ráyéwá nítorí dúkìá tó pọ̀ tó ní ọkàn ò tí ì balẹ̀ pọ̀ ráyéwá àlàáfíà lògùn ọrọ̀ ṣáájú ara rẹ o ìlera sílẹ̀ mí gígùn gbogbo àrùn tí ń ṣe ẹ̀dá láyé náà kọ́ láyé fi ń ṣe ni bí dọ̀tí bá pọ̀ lára tí gbogbo ẹ́ńjìnì tásẹ̀ dáadáa bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó kọsẹ́ má fòyà tó bá ṣe bí ẹni rárá tára rẹ ò ṣe déédéé pinnu lóòkàn àyà ara rẹ o Ventolin cleanser ní kò sẹ́mu agbanugbàde fọgẹ̀dẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ara dànù Ventolin jagunlabi panko pè ọ̀rẹ́ ara tọmọdé tàgbà tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè lò ọ̀sọ́kùnrin sóbìnrin dòpépé Ventolin cleanser atẹ́jẹsẹ̀ maradan bíi kóròsìn Ventolin cleanser kìkìdé gbòógì tí ò lọ́tínú la fi ṣe ó ti wà káàkiri ilé ìtajà ògùn jákèjádò ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà a sì ń wá alágbàtà fún Ventolin cleanser pé nọ́mbà kò demand 08034051533 08034051533 iléeṣẹ́ ẹ̀mí one naturalist care ló ṣe Ventolin cleanser òun láyé tún lò.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show love.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
32 FM 94.9. The lines to call to join the conversation 0705 5000 949, 0809 7000 949, and 0906 2000 949.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kenny. Good morning. Yes, I think I have to do with the with ex-wife. I'm appealing to all Nigerians, some people that say something which is not true without Tinubu showing. The man is in London,
All right, you want to call us back? We're having trouble hearing you there. Okay, next time you call, please turn down the volume on your radio. 07055 949 080 949. Those are the numbers to be part of the conversation. We have some messages on Facebook. We're taking that in a bit. Okay, just let's take this one. Good morning, analysts. Drugs are all around the country, and this could not be curbed by the security agencies because the top-rated politicians are also involved. Let's vote wisely to vote for good governance next year. That's according to Otumba Ayo. Adeniola, appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for that one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Uwed. I'm calling from Akalawi. The person that said Tinubu is in London is Elahati. Is it Elahati who want to chop? If you come to Nigeria, they are campaigning. People are campaigning. They should come and campaign. Come and show that head in Nigeria that is Elahati that can campaign. That is it. Nobody's against his head. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me clearly now?
It's still,
Mine is muffled. It's muffled.
Please try and call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Victor calling from Ogun State.
All right, Victor.
So I wonder why our people were just disturbing themselves. After all, Tinubu is not the only candidate contesting for this presidency. At least they don't like him. They don't want him. He's not healthy. Then they should leave him. Let them go for another candidate, and people that love him will vote for him. Instead of just wasting our time discussing Tinubu every time. That's just my own take.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Olu from LALA. I think I shared the thought of that gentleman. Some of you people are talking of this man. He's not healthy. He's not your candidate. Why don't you leave him? Vote for a candidate of your choice. You should start disturbing yourself. Good morning.
Thank you. Austin Udumo.
These things are in the news. It's not as if we conjure, we manufacture them. It's about the news. And don't forget, Tinubu is a major player in this election.
No, I think the last caller was trying to encourage other callers.
Yes, to
not necessarily the anchor of the, of the show, because these things are in the news, and we have to talk about.
Yes, see, Tinubu has been a veteran, and is also a candidate of the ruling party. So you can't but talk about it. You can't tell people not to talk about him. Tinubu will definitely be talked about. That's just the issue.
I think the people also know that without him, the whole campaign will not be exciting.
Of course, he's a big player in this election. That's the issue. So it's about him.
Right.
All right, let's take this message here. Good morning, Tayo. Kenny, my take on Father Mbaka, if truly was called by God, then he should focus on doing the work of him who called him and stop venturing into politics. He should focus on the pulpit and winning souls for Christ. Aneka Brown, we got that. Good morning, newspaper review crew, and special good morning to Austin Idumo, Akintunde Oluwafemi. Thank you for that. Sometimes I wonder, okay, thank you. Despite my desire for Nigeria to be a debt-free country, it makes sense to inquire of the presidency as to what he has been doing with the borrowed funds over the past 7 years. The APC railway system, which ought to have been a significant accomplishment, is in danger as a result of insecurity. Balkis Onadra, it's a long one from you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, anything you want to talk about. See, I'm appealing to some people to please stop saying what is not true about Tinubu. Tinubu is in London, very ill and heavy. What concerns anybody about Tinubu's health? You should try to understand. What we need is a competent leader. We need someone that's very highly intelligent, having managerial skill to manage this country very well.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning. What's your name?
Line from the Cado. I think treating Parambaka this way because he criticizes about it, it's very unfair and it's undemocratic. Many pastors have criticized Tinubu. Some people even predicted that Tinubu is going to
died an accident before the election, and nothing happened. Nobody talked. So now dealing with Father Mbaka because it is first Saudi, I don't think that is okay. That's it.
All right. Okay, we go that. Good morning, my favorite on this dial. Nigeria will be great. God is at work. Damnola Oladein. Thank you. God is at work in Nigeria. 0097949 0906 2000 949 and 0705 500949. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Dr. from Akubo. Hello?
Hello, Pemi. Just go ahead. I can hear you.
My take is that I heard a newspaper just read now that they said that the educational level is demoralizing, like it won't function well in the state. To me, I think it is far better than the last 3 years or 10 years. So, to me, that is my own perception about it. Because now, people are school freely, like they don't pay before they go to school. Even the numbers of children that are out of school in the state has reduced. So I think it's still better than the last 10 years. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Opemi. 070550949 080 Those are the numbers. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, I'm John Jacob. I'm calling from Talent this morning.
All right.
I think those listening to this program are following the things the way they go. Also, let me just comment you and let me say that you are not talking from any other thing. This is what was read from the newspaper. And so you have your own things to say. It is not only Bola Tinubu that is the talk of the town. If you watch the whole program, both PDP, Atiku, and any other person. But whatever comes out of the paper is what you analyze. So don't criticize or talking anything. Let them follow exactly how this program goes. And so you have your own right to say your own as far as this documentation is concerned. Not to hold any person responsible. When you have gone into public something like a politics, you must be a subject of controversy one way or the other. John Njoku is my name.
Thank you, John Njoku. Let's take this call here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Tayo, good morning.
Good morning.
John, Austin, good morning.
All right, John.
Calling from Ibadan here. Election is not by force. You will only vote who you want to vote. Nigeria voted for who they want in 2015, and they see the result. 2023, let them also make choice, so as they will see the result. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Tayo.
Good morning. Good morning.
People don't understand what the callers are saying. They are not condemning Austin. What they are saying that we, the callers, if we don't like Atiku or Tinubu, we should leave them alone. It's not Austin that we are talking about. It is we that we are saying our sentiments out. That's number one. Number two is good for Father Mbaka. I know many other Reverend Fathers will be sanctioned. But the problem we have is my own church and the one that I hope own my church. They are the problem of Christendom in Nigeria. Have a nice time.
All right, thank you very much. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Final caller. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm Judy. I'm calling from Calabar. Now, on Father Mbaka, I think someone talked about churches, some pastors criticizing but they are not sanctioned. Catholic church is different, and maybe Baptist church or anything. They have this code of conduct. So you abide by their conduct or you don't. So if Father Mbaka is still a priest, so if he doesn't abide by the code of conduct of the church, then the church takes action. Other pastors might do it. Maybe they don't have code of conduct in their churches.
Right.
So that's it. Then on Ashiwaju and Co. In politics, people look for your weakness to outwit you. So if it had been another candidate too that had been sick, I'm sure the APC guys would have come for him. You know them now. So politics, everybody use for loopholes to outwit each other. That's what politics is all about.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. We have to go now. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Austin, for the analysis as well.
And all those Twitter warriors and those involved in all these funny graphics. You can see the picture of Ashwaju there.
Yes.
But see what they turned it into.
Yes, just like the vice president that time that he was selling popcorn. So they now put Asiwaju as somebody that is selling fan yogurt.
Ice cream.
Yes, Nigerians are always very creative, especially at this time. Let's expect more of that. It keeps us busy.
Well, let's raise the bar of the campaign.
Yes, of the conversation.
Let's make it issue based and not just this funny mudslinging and name calling funny campaigns that we have out there at the moment. God help Nigeria. I'm OLUTAYO, OGUNADE. Have a great Tuesday.
I'm Kenny. DUROTILU, the Smart Kid Show, is up next.
Here is
the station admired by other radio stations.